Hey, Dragon Dreamers, Gina Virginia Casella here, and this is video number 3 of number 6, where yours truly, Gina Virginia Casella, sharing with you intuitive insight about my one-of-a-kind gemstone reading. And so I want to show you the three sisters. There's much to be said about the three sisters. This is just at glance. So where do these folks belong? There's three of them. They belong together and they should be making a line just like this: light, medium, and dark. And it should be on this side of the medicine wheel. This is the west, and they strategically are light, medium, and dark. So when you book a gemstone reading with me and you see this, that means they're in alignment. Now, if they're mixed up, well, they're not in alignment, but they're still calling attention because respectfully, they're on this side. And like any sister, sometimes they argue with each other and whatnot. It depends on what the other gemstones are communicating. Sometimes when I do a gemstone reading, they present on this side, and it's really interesting because I just go like this and swirl them around, and often enough they'll be on the east side, but they'll still maintain their light, middle, dark. So I find that very fascinating. I work with duality, so if anything is opposite, it's an invitation to consider the mirror. If the sisters make a triangle specifically like this, one in the east, one in the west, one in the south, then it makes a down-facing, down-pointing triangle, which is totally representative of the female pubic bone. So there's lots of sexual metaphors in nature. So if I see this big triangle and it's pointed down, this is a very strong indicator the Morrigan divine feminine connection is at hand. If it's like this, pointed up into the north, then it means the masculine. So, the penis being erected, pointing up. It doesn't mean something like somebody's horny for you. It depends what's going on in the gemstone reading. But when we talk about manifesting seeds, keys, hopes, and dreams, sometimes when people do a gemstone reading with me, pregnancy comes up, and it may or may not mean an actual literal pregnancy. It could mean like an idea has been conceived. And what's interesting is that when the gemstones are on this side or this side, they need to be in that light, medium, dark order. But when they make this triangle, then it doesn't matter. So for example, it doesn't matter if it's like that or like that. It just matters that it's creating a triangle. Now, who knows? Maybe next time you talk to me, it will matter. But at this time, it doesn't. If the sisters are doing something like this, maybe two are up here, this doesn't count as one of those triangles. It needs to be a nice big wide open triangle. So this shape of the triangle is totally not getting the same attention as this one. But if this is making a very narrow triangle, it could indicate narrow ideas. So again, this is just an at glance. Honestly, you'll have to buy my books, the Dragon Dream series, and get your own copy of the Dragon Dreams Oracle. A final thought about the sisters. They represent different worlds. So we have the upper world, the middle world, the lower world. The lower world, often people think of hell. It could mean that, but it means your past. It means the underworld, folks like Puskar, the Morrigan gatekeepers. This one, Middle Earth, planet Earth, the reality that you're living in. Folks like Quetzalcoatl. Who is Quetzalcoatl? Quetzalcoatl is all of the power animals. So when you make your way around the medicine wheel, You become the snake, you become the jaguar, you become the hummingbird, you become the eagle condor. And when you put all those animals together, you become Quetzalcoatl. So that's Middle Earth here. And I don't get hung up on categories or names. So if you're like, well, Gina, there's this other archetype that I relate to with Middle Earth, good for you. Then you can make it your own. This is an intuitive practice. The Kokopelli, I don't know if I said that, but Kokopelli is associated down here with the underworld, and the underworld also representative of the past and wisdom. So don't always see the past as this hellish thing. The light represents the upper world. You may or may not perceive that as heaven. This represents the level of spirit, the energetic level. So this is like eagle condor medicine. Even though eagle condor needs to be over there, this gemstone needs to be here and it needs to be up. So if, for example, these were down here, it doesn't have the same meaning as it does like this. And I'm brain farting it out in this moment, but Lords of the Upper World. If anybody remembers the Lords of the Upper World, put it in the comment. I'm sure I'll remember after, 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever. But lower world, middle world, upper world. And some people believe, you can play around with this, but some people believe that planet Earth is the middle world. Yet some people believe it's the entire Milky Way galaxy that would be considered of the middle world. And then some people believe that the whole entire universe, because there's multiple universes, that this is like our universe. And depending on what's going on with the gemstone reading will depend on what I tell you about this. So if you're listening to me and you're finding that there's inconsistencies, that makes sense because it's always relevant. And something I used to be a bit shy about was telling people, only you really know what I'm talking about. I really don't know what I'm talking about when I'm doing a gemstone reading. I just get insight from the gemstones. I put together a bit of a storyline, and then you, the client, are empowered to make sense of this. And then I feel empowered because of the validation that I get when I do gemstone readings. So I hope you enjoyed this third video, learning a little bit about the sisters. And my sister in this real waking life gifted these to me years ago, and I didn't know what to do with them. And then the gemstone thing was starting to unfold, and I thought, okay, these are going to represent sisters. And I didn't know how, and it came together. So there's some gemstones that I still don't know who they are. They haven't presented themselves yet. And even though the focus was on the sisters, this one here presented recently as catfish. So now you know which one is catfish. And this one here also presented a handful of months ago now as the inner mermaid. And it's like, how did I not see that? Because if you look at these gemstones, like this is totally the mermaid's tail. It's totally her eye. I totally don't know how I didn't even make that connection. This here is totally the catfish's mouth. You know, the Seuss, Jeremy Wade River Monsters. Like, how did I not see that, right? But the thing is, it wasn't, it was important, but not important like other stuff first that I needed to figure out, right? So this one, these two actually still have yet to identify, and this one as well, and this one as well. This one, it was like kind of hesitant at one point, but so it'll be interesting next time I chat with you if these will have identified themselves. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my insight on the three sisters. I really love what I do. And as you can see, it's a little bit challenging for me to keep these videos really mini. So thank you so much for taking an interest in my gemstones. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Gina Virginia Casella here, sharing some gemstone intuitive insight with you. And catch you in the next video.
So we got a good 8 minutes still to our break. Hope everybody's enjoying the show. I'm just catching up on the comments here. There's some really great conversation going. People are talking about, past lives and if they think they're clones, ET implants and whatnot. It's really, really endless, interesting